Sure. I got those.
Sweet. I'll
Cool.
introduce now. If you see me pick my phone up and put it to my ear, I'm just checking the sound of the stream that's coming through.
Okay.
All right, guys, here we are, episode 155. Today, literally, we're getting 2 for 1 today. I thought we were having one great Clemson track and field athlete in Anthony Hamilton, but we got two. So we got Anthony Hamilton, who's an elite high jumper from Clemson, and we've also got Alex. I didn't catch your last name, mate.
Sands, Sands,
We got
Sands.
Alex Sands, who is a short sprinter, so 100 and 200 or just 100?
100 and 200. More 200 than 100, bro.
Nice. All right, well, anyway, guys,
Yeah.
welcome to the show. Welcome to the High Performance Podcast. Welcome to the STG.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So I guess season's just about to kick off for you guys in the next few months. Going into your, Anthony, I believe your second year at Clemson?
It's my second year at Clemson, and it's my junior year academically.
Okay, sweet. So what does that mean? Because in Australia, like we know freshmen, we know junior and senior and all that, but I don't particularly know what it means from an academic standpoint.
Well, the way that my credits are set up, I'm a junior, but the way that my NCAA eligibility is set up, I have 3 more years left. Well, I'll have 2 years left after this year. So after my senior season, I can go to the master's program and compete 1 more year. Because I only competed in outdoor track and field because I was at a Division III school before I transferred here, and I was a dual sport athlete with basketball and track.
Okay, sweet.
So I missed the indoor season, yeah. So I get an extra year of that after I graduate.
So you're only 19, 20 now?
Say that once. I'm 20 years old. Yeah, I just turned 20 in June.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, it's interesting. So some guys, but only the elite of the elite, go direct from high school to Division One. Correct?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I imagine in track and field, like for your position, there's only maybe you and another guy for the high jump representing Clemson.
Yeah,
And
it's me and one guy.
one other.
Yeah, he just came in this year. His name is Devon Brooks. He transferred from a Division II school, and I kind of was there through the recruitment process, and I was asking my coach for a training partner because it's lonely out there.
It's hard training by yourself.
Yeah,
I promise it is.
exactly.
Yeah, I bet. And Alex, what about you?
I'm a senior this year,
Okay.
so this is my last year. I've been here for 4 years. And you said you have one training partner.
Yeah.
I actually have 4 people to train with.
Yeah.
So it's 5 of us right now.
So you've gone through the ranks probably competing against the likes of Christian Coleman, Andre DeGrasse. I'm not sure how it sets up, but
Of course. Me and Christian, we're both from Atlanta, Georgia. So we've been running against each other since we were I say 8 years old, 9.
jeez.
So yeah. We've been running for a while.
Yeah. No, he's a freak. Someone I follow a lot in Australia. Obviously, I run a bit of track and field myself just for a hobby. But he's really gone crazy this year. And is that somewhere you see yourself moving out of college, or what's the options there? Or you see how this last year goes?
I've been telling myself, I want to be real with myself as much as possible. So let's just say the whole pro thing doesn't work for me. I'll go into grad school just like Anthony said, and then I'll GA, grad assistant coaching
Nice.
here. So probably try to get my own job somewhere at a small college and build my way up the ladder to becoming a head coach somewhere.
Yeah. And then Anthony, you seem like you're more going down the entrepreneurial route. I know you've got your clothing line and then you do all the pro dunking stuff. It's interesting to hear that you have the basketball background as well.
Yeah, I mean, basketball's been my life. I've been only high jumping since I signed to play basketball out of high school. So I went to the Division III school, and when I went there, that was the first time I've ever high jumped. So I don't have any high school or no experience in track and field before then.
It's working out for you.
Yeah, it's working out pretty well. I'm blessed to be in the position to be surrounded like people like him, that push me every day. So, that just kind of eggs me on to get better. But as far as entrepreneurship and basketball, that's my life. I do that in the summertime. I post my videos, whatever. I do my clothing line, whatever. And I don't know what I'm going to do after college. I'm just, taking it day by day. Yeah, exactly. I'm just taking it day by day, see where it takes me.
Yeah, nice. No, it's interesting to sort of see and follow on the opportunities for a lot of the guys in the pro dunk field at the moment really
Yeah.
opening up. Like we see guys traveling all over the world, promoting their own brands. Like we've had Isaiah Rivera on the show. He's now doing a lot of
Yeah.
online programming, which can be quite
Mm-hmm.
lucrative. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool to see because again, it's a sport. Like I really enjoy watching. Like you guys are freaks in my eyes, and it's like anything. I can see it really kicking off, especially here in Australia, because our local league, the NBL, we signed LaMelo Ball for one of the local
Mm-hmm.
teams, then RJ Hampton. So it's gone crazy. And we've had like Bogut come back from the NBA. He's won
Yeah.
2 rings, and he owns a team here in Sydney. And that whole sort of culture is really coming down under. But on the other side of things, athletics in Australia. I don't know if you've heard of Brandon Stark, the high jumper.
No, I haven't
So
heard of
he
him.
jumped to 236 last year. I think he finished fourth at World. So he's like super
Mm.
elite. His brother actually
Yeah.
is one of our best cricketers in the Australian team. Track
Oh,
and
wow.
field on the other side of things is sort of, it's not dropping off, but it's never been super popular. So to see you guys
Yeah.
have and create those opportunities over there is it's a good sign, I think, for what's to
Yeah.
come. Because in terms of sports like that, it seems like Australia is like 10 years behind you guys in terms
Mm-hmm.
of these sort of developments and guys being able to make money from sport in other ways than just the sport.
Exactly. Exactly.
I honestly feel like track and field in America, well, when it comes to like football, basketball, sports like that, it's not as big as people would think it is. Like, I feel like track and field is as big as it is because I don't know about Anthony, but my parents dropped me in track when I was small to help me with, I played football, I played baseball too. They helped me with both of those. I mean, yeah, track helped me with both of those. So I feel like it's a lot of parents now that are starting to like put their kids in track and field, and now they're developing that love for it.
Yeah.
So then that's when they, follow us, and now it's like, oh snap! Now track is like something.
Yeah.
Track is something big, you know.
No, it's good to see. And again,
Yeah.
it's the same here in Australia only recently.
Yeah.
So my
It's
coach,
developing.
he trains a lot of NRL players, so a lot of professional rugby league guys, and he trains them specifically in track and field. So like they're training for a 60 meter or 100 meter, and then they see how it's transferring onto the field for these guys. So they're getting a lot of youth guys training for rugby, and then they get sort of scouted to go to track and field. But it's sort of hard to pull the best athletes out of the team sports because at the moment that's where the money is. And I imagine that's somewhat the same over there as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's what sort of level, obviously, Anthony, you're at basketball. What made you make the switch purely to high jump? Was it the option of getting into D1 college?
I mean, I'm not really sure. I was just taking an opportunity to go to a Division I program.
Especially across the country.
Yeah,
too.
especially I needed to get out of Los Angeles because I was born and raised there. But going into my basketball season, I got the little freshman treatment. I didn't play as much as I was promised to play, and so then the track coach and the basketball coach were close friends. The track coach used to come watch me like in warm ups, do my dunks or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, you need to come high jump." So at first, if you would have told me in high school I would have been high jumping at Clemson, I would have looked at you like, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But, it went from, oh, I don't think I want to do that to I might come watch a practice. And then next thing you know, I was in spikes at practice, So it was like it just kind of happened. And I broke the school record at the University of Laverne. So
That's
that
hectic.
opportunity, my first year, and I was jumping in basketball shoes for half the season. Like I didn't know about spikes, I didn't know about nothing like that. But after that happened, I was like, okay, I could probably go far with this, and this can probably be my ticket to a Division I school.
And it was.
So, and it was, and everybody used to tell me in high school, like I'm a bigger school type of guy anyway. Like they don't see me going to a smaller school, or no offense to smaller schools because I love Laverne. But they just said my personality is more of a big school type athlete, opposed to a smaller school.
Well, mate, I see in the background there, you guys have got the kid on. You've got the Clemson Paul back there. Like it all looks extremely
Send up
legit.
the clip to me. Let me show you this real quick.
Go ahead.
Hold on. You got okay. So we got this. We got the paw in here.
That's
we got
awesome.
the Clemson track and field. We got
Dude,
the
that's
little.
so legit. That's hectic.
Yeah, it's dope. And we got like the mannequins of our uniforms and stuff. And then the locker room. I'll just swing you in here real quick. quick.
Yeah.
Gotta get the code.
Yeah. Make sure you don't share that code online.
I know, right?
Oh, thingy might have just dropped out. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Like a little throne thing.
So it's
Yeah,
legit
so,
like the
but yeah,
football locker room.
we're treated well. It's the football's been winning championships, so they get a little more, and I expect them to get more.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, we're treated
Yeah,
well.
it looks it. Have you heard of the deck athlete Trey Hardy, the American deck athlete?
Uh-uh.
All right, so
Trey
Trey
Hardy,
Hardy,
no.
we've had him
Have
on
you
the
heard-
show. He's won silver, I think, in London Olympics in the decathlon. Similar process
Okay.
to you, actually. Out of high school, he played basketball. Then he got into pole vault, and then he got scouted by a D1 college. I think he was at, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, I think he was at Texas A&M. And then he started decathlon, and then he had a crazy decathlon career, went to 3 Olympics, won a world championship.
wow.
So, mate, have you ever tried to strap on the spikes and see how fast you can run 100 and then strap on the flats and run a 15?
Oh man, I don't think these guys have been doing this their whole life, so I wouldn't even embarrass myself like that and try to go out there and throw them spikes on. Because like,
Aren't you sort of tempted? Surely you run like maybe 20, 30 meters in training to get a bit of a gist of where you're at.
yeah, but it's like the way that we have different event coaches, so it's like our training is completely different. Heavier lifting as a more explosion, and they go on longer high intensity practices.
I'll be at practice sometimes wishing I was a jumper because
Yeah.
some of the workouts that they be doing
Yeah.
compared to what we do.
Exactly.
Bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
Well, I can only speak from going through like a couple of off seasons again as an amateur sprinter, and like I don't know if you guys train short to long or long to short, Alex, but that lactate stuff, like when you're running like repeat 300s or even repeat 2s,
Ridiculous.
It can get hard. I guess that's interesting for our listeners because something we talk about a lot with the guys we have on is an average week's training. So I guess can you both give us an average week's preseason training and then an average week's in-season training?
You go. You want me to go first? Okay. I'll say a hard week for us will probably be Mondays is our tempo day, so we'll probably do in between. I'm not gonna give like the whole workout just because I don't know if my coach wants me to give the whole workout.
No, that's
but
fine.
we'll do like the most that we would run in on our tempo days is probably like 250 meters a few times, and then we'll do in the ones a few times, and then we'll lift on Mondays. Tuesdays are our jump days. Wednesdays recovery day. Thursdays are like circuit days, and then Fridays are our hill days. So the most we'll do on the hill is probably like 300 meters on the hills multiple times.
Yeah.
So,
as in like repeat 300s up the hill.
It'll be like a 3-2-1, something like that along those lines. Like our coach will switch it up every so now and then.
Yep. So it still sounds pretty tough, pretty grueling. You're still building that sort of capacity, work capacity.
Wait till you listen to his, because they was running today.
Oh man.
Let me find a plug for this real quick.
All right. So we base our workouts. I think Anthony them do too. We base ours off of like a good 3 weeks of just going hard. So a good Monday would consist of like some 300s, some 200s, some 150s, and then you go back up the ladder to a
Fuck.
300.
So you're sort of working at a 85, 90% capacity, I guess, of your max speed.
There you go. So what my coach believes in is training with that lactic acid in your muscles. That's as fast as you're going to run. Not as fast as you're going to run, but that's how you get faster, if that makes sense. So if you train on tired legs, then how will you feel when, you get on the track and you're fresh? You're going to feel amazing. Yeah. So,
and that's the thing about track and field. Like we've had so many different athletes on. Like recently, we had Aaron Brown on, who's Gatlin's training partner, and
I know,
just
Canada, right?
Yeah, Canada. So he was at USC and he was training one way, and then he went over to train with Gatlin. He's training another way, and then you're training. It sounds like you're doing the most painful sort of sprint training possible in dealing with that much lactate, and everyone's fast. Like there's so many different ways to get fast, but I think in the end, it comes down to that natural speed, something that you've got to be born
Of
with,
course.
essentially, or brought up
Right.
with. But yeah, mate, that sounds like not a good time. Can we get an idea of
Yeah.
like what sort of times you might be holding for a session like that?
Oof.
Let's just say like, okay, so the three's got to be at like 36, 37, somewhere in there. It's just fall training, so you're just building that base.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we start at, and then the 200s, I say around like 27, 26, 27. It's just two of them. So yeah, 150s around like I say 18, 19, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and then when you get
And by
into
that
the
time-
sharper stuff, what are you running? So I guess sort of when you're sharpening up in season, what times are you looking
Okay.
at and what sessions?
Yeah. So all right, let's just use today as an example. So we've been going through a good, what is that? August, September, October. So this is
It's
October.
been third month.
Yeah. So this is the second cycle that we're just ending. So our coach wanted to see like where we were in the 300 at the end of those two cycles. So today, for example, I ran 34.2 in the 300.
Fuck,
Just
that's
like-
solid.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's fast.
but I had a teammate who went 32.7.
And they're a 200 runner as well?
Yeah.
God, that's lightning.
So yeah.
And what's your
You
PB for the
know?
1 and 2, Alex?
I'm 10.4 and 20.7.
Yeah, nice. Fuck, that's quick. And I can't believe still anything. I can't believe you haven't run 100 just to see, just out of curiosity. Or is your coach like, nah, just focused on high jump?
Hey,
Just to see,
look, I
man.
was playing with Coach Gibson. That's the sprints coach name. I was playing with him, saying, "Oh, let me run the 60 this year because indoor it's the 60-meter dash, and then
100%.
outdoor it's the 100." Yeah, and I was just joking. Why did I go in my locker the other day and found some sprint spikes?
Oh, dude, I can't wait to see it. Mate, it just
my
adds
God.
to the brand. Just if you go,
Exactly.
because how tall are you,
Oh.
Anthony?
I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2".
That's tall that's very tall for a 60-meter sprinter. Like I know Gatlin's 6'1", and of course he's lightning, and obviously Usain,
Exactly.
but they're crazy, like in complete another level.
How tall is Usain?
He's
Usain?
like apparently 6'5", 6'6".
Good.
So
I'll be
my
scared
brother and I
of him.
were up at the Commonwealth Games last year, and we were in a nightclub, and Usain,
Sydney, was it?
yeah, Gold Coast.
Okay.
Yeah. And we were in a nightclub across from Usain, and you can sort of hear how tall someone is online, and you see
Yeah.
him on TV. But when you
Exactly.
see him across the room, like he's not only tall, but he's like a big guy. Like you'd walk past him in the street and be like, "That's a big dude," and to be moving that
Exactly.
quick. So for someone like
Exactly.
yourself, if you have that 60-meter speed, like Alex, what do you reckon? Maybe he pulls out like a 6'8"?
Hey,
Oh my
Hey.
goodness.
I'm.
Listen, I got heart. I'm a dog. You feel me? So whatever sports you put me in, I'm gonna try to perform. If he's like talking mess to me, and he's like, "You can't run this," I might pull a hamstring trying to run it, but I'm gonna try to run
I got a
it.
crazy example of that though, because I told him before we even started training and stuff. I told him how hard our workouts were and all that good stuff. He said, "Bro, we don't really do nothing like that." So I was like, "Okay, come to Monday morning workouts with us."
Yeah.
Anthony went to all the Monday morning workouts with us. So he got that dog in him. He
Yeah.
got that dog in him. So that's what I'm saying. Like to see him go 6'8", if he goes 6'8" in the 60, I wouldn't be surprised.
Dude, if you go 6'8" in that 60, I promise you, whoever's the decathlon coach at Clemson is going to be peeking over the
yeah.
fence, being like, maybe this guy, maybe we get pole vault in his hand.
And you know what I'm gonna tell him? I'm gonna tell him no. I'm not joining the decathlon because no, I am
Your
I
locker
am
would be
good.
full of shoes if you did the
Oh my
decathlon.
goodness.
It
Throwing.
sounds like a painful 2 days, the decathlon, especially when you finish it off with the 1500 when you're probably already feeling like shit. Like it's
The 1500. How many laps is that?
See, dude, that's what. So in high school, I was a swimmer, and just a byproduct of being a good swimmer was you have a crazy aerobic capacity. So I'd always run the 1500 up until state, and my claim to fame is I ran a 4:26 for the mile, or the 1500 in year 12 last year at school, and that was what Trey Hardy ran when he went. I think he won the world championships in 2013. So I was like, I'll fucking take it. That's my track and field claim to fame.
Hey yo, 426.
4:26. Look, it's a long way off the road, but it can mix it with some deck athletes. But too bad I was absolutely nowhere near as fast or explosive as those guys.
Yeah.
But being a swimmer, it's not as expected.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like we have some of the most like versatile athletes like on this team. Like last year, for example, when we went to conference, and we had two guys go down, fourth leg, original fourth leg, and then alternate. Both of them out of the picture, hamstrings and hips, all types of stuff. So we had to pull somebody from his group, the jump group, and put him on fourth leg. Never practiced with him at the end of the season. Just put him on there. We got fourth. Yeah, we got
Fuck,
fourth.
that's
And they went to
crazy.
nationals.
Yeah, we ended up going to nationals with him.
That's crazy.
Like,
So this year,
ended
just
up running.
chuck Anthony in there as the backup after he's run that 60.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Hey,
for sure.
hey,
Sure.
listen.
He might have to start practicing with us like 100%.
I can't do it.
No more jumps.
I can't do it.
No
Oh,
more
listen,
jumps, man.
listen. I voluntarily, I'll do it. But if once you tell me that I have to run what they running,
You don't want to
I'm
do
gonna
it.
throw a fit.
But surely you've had some crazy basketball workouts, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's totally different though.
Yeah,
it's
you're
been
right.
Like,
You're right.
yeah. It don't get worse than that. And it's like basketball is like, it's more about your agility and your explosiveness. Them, it's about
You gotta be
like
in shape.
your phases in glycolysis and your explosion.
Pain
You
management.
feel me? It's like, listen, because that lactic acid, once that
Yeah.
hits you and you got to keep running,
Yeah.
oh my God.
No, look.
We did a workout one time. I got like lactic acid all in my hamstrings, through my ass and my back. I couldn't even sit down.
Yeah. Dude, I
So
got
it's
to
like,
say, and I've spoke about this on the show before. So when I was a kid, I went all through, like we have a sport here, Ironman. So it's in the surf. So you kayak, board, paddle, and swim. And I'd go to a few camps, like the Junior Dolphins camp in Canberra, our nation's capital, and we'd be doing like hard lactate swim sets, and your lats are on fire. Feel like they're getting stabbed, all that stuff, painful. But when I did 300s max effort on 9 minutes rest, by the time you run that last three, it feels like someone's stabbing you in the hamstrings, your glutes. Like you said, you can't sit down. Nothing is comfortable for 20 minutes. Nothing.
it's like you're giving the same effort, but your body not moving.
Yeah. You just like
So
you're
it's like-
running and the arms are swinging, but just nothing. And it doesn't matter. And I'd turn up to work and I'd be like wrecked. I'd be spewing, and my workmates would be like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I ran 300 meters." They're like, "That's not that hard." And I'm like, "No, but it's the intent.
Yeah, intensity. Yeah, the intensity is the most.
It's next level."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but surely if you like, I see you're a 2-leg dunker. With a bit more high jump practice, you're gonna be throwing down some crazy single leg dunks, right?
Yeah, when I'm in the summertime, that's all I do is hoop and do my dunk stuff. Like I do dunk shows and I travel with Venice Ball and the JBL and all them pro-am leagues. So the way I'm thinking about it is like jumping off a 2 doesn't really hurt. I don't get injured off of doing it. You know, it's a workout in itself. But I don't want to risk like hurting myself jumping off of 1 because I had 2 knee surgeries in high school. So I have 3 screws in my knee. So it's like and that's the leg I jump off of when I used to long jump as well. So it's like doing that is going to bring like wear and tear on my knee, and I'll be like drained by the time season gets here.
Yeah, true.
With not even like talking about all the practices we do here with high jumping. So it's like I give the summer a break of just isolating that leg, and I just use both of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm so like explosive off the 2.
What do you think you could jump to? Because apparently it was like 40 years ago they banned jumping off 2 for high jump because gymnasts were just like doing backflips over the thing.
Yeah. See, did you see the video I posted when I tried to jump 7'5"?
That was crazy.
Yeah, so
You try to do that with 2 feet, then
yeah, you didn't see it. Little. Watch it while I'm telling him. But I tried to do that, and I think if I get the technique, I could probably look, my lower back was over it, bro. My lower back was over it. I just had to flip. You feel me? But if I can get like the technique with it, I think I can get 7'5".
What's that in centimeters?
It's like, that's what's 7. So 7 feet is 214.
Damn.
7'2".
That's like 235.
It's like, yeah,
Fuck.
it's around there.
So
yeah.
then you'd be right up there because the world record's what, 241 or something?
It's in, I don't know what it is in centimeters because that's a lot.
Yeah.
I was about to say I don't.
Yeah, but it's like, it was 8 feet and a quarter.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
8
about
feet tall,
that.
yeah.
That's crazy. And so you jumped 211 last season, yeah?
I jumped 214, 213,
And
213.
that's really, you've only been high jumping for 18 months.
Yeah, and that was my first Division I season. So it's like, yeah.
So what sort of improvement do you think you can get? Do you reckon you can get yourself in the high 220s in the next 2 years? Like, because then maybe
Oh, of
maybe
course.
we're getting to the
That's
Olympics.
the goal. That's the goal. It's because like I knowing myself and knowing my drive and my ambition, like I'm a very coachable athlete. So it's like if you tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it.
Mm.
I'm gonna keep doing it until I get it. And knowing that I jump almost my dream height. Like I was a quarter inch off of my dream height when I started high jumping. Jumping that my first Division I season let me know that now that I'm coming in jumping that this season, I can improve more at the end of the season. And then coming in with that PB my senior season, I can improve. So, and it's based off of inches.
Yeah.
So it's like it's more mental than anything. But I know I can get it
Yeah, definitely.
based off of even growing into my body and growing into my man body because I am 20 years old. I was 19 last season.
Oh, mate, dude, I'm
So
so keen to see this
yeah,
this journey begin. Who knows? When are the Olympic trials? Could it happen that quick?
I mean that's the goal. Like I'm dreaming big for
Yeah.
it, but
Mate, you still got
God
plenty of
has His
years.
time.
Plenty of years.
Exactly, God has His timing. So
I had
when the opportunity,
one of my teammates told me all it takes is 7 months.
Yeah, I suppose it can
All
happen
it
quite quick.
You don't know what'll happen.
Yeah.
exactly,
Some supernatural could happen to you. You just wake up the next morning like,
like and go jump it. Like I've seen guys with a PB of 6'9" go jump 7'3",
That's crazy, man.
just like that. And it's like, and piggybacking off of that, it's like when I signed to come here, that was a 2-day process.
Mm.
One day I was just like, I'm ready to go. Called my travel agent, my advisor, my person that helps me like with my travel stuff, with my brand and stuff. I called her up and I was like, look, I'm trying to leave. I'm not happy here. I mean, I was happy there, but I wasn't happy with what I was getting out of what I was given.
Mm.
So I was like, I need to go. She's close friends with the track coach here. She was like, you want to go to Clemson? I was like, yeah. He met me when I was 15 already, so he knew me as a basketball player. He was like, I'll take him. Boom. Happened just like that in 2 days.
That's crazy, man.
So
Look, I'm
yeah, I signed,
28 now,
I
and I'm
signed my
still waiting
scholarship
for
at
that.
work. Yeah. Like I signed, like he gave me my little scholarship form. I'm on a book scholarship, and I got a little bit extra off of that. So it's like he sent me that. I signed it on my lunch break. Boom. Didn't make it a big deal. I just signed it like, cool, I'm going. And I moved out here before I even got accepted into Clemson
Where is Clemson? What state?
and South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay, sweet. Yeah, never been there. Been to the States a few times. Never been to South Carolina. Maybe next time I head over.
Yeah. Come through.
Come through, see,
We'll show
see
you.
some Clemson track and field.
I'll show
Yeah.
you how crazy it is where Anthony stays, where his home is, to where he is now.
Oh my god.
So, can you see it?
Yeah. I can see that.
It's California, right?
Yeah. I was only there earlier this year.
So, across the country, and South Carolina's like over here somewhere.
Just above Florida.
You got Georgia, and then you got South Carolina.
Yeah, fuck.
So it's 2 states above. I mean, yeah.
A long way.
I'm 2,300 miles away from home.
And you no plans on going back anytime soon?
So listen, them plane tickets are expensive. So it's like, yeah, when I get a chance to go home, but I've been training the majority of the time. I recently went home for a couple of days just to see my family because I'm not going home for Thanksgiving. But
You just wait for Venice Ball to fly back home.
Exactly right.
Stay there, it's cheap. Also, I appreciate you guys. I know it's Halloween over there. I'm hoping I'm not cutting in on some sort of function you guys might have.
Oh no.
You gotta keep it chill. Another thing we also talk about with a lot of guys we have on, and our listeners love to know, is gym lifts. Can we discuss some impressive gym?
Yeah.
Like you guys good at power cleans, back squats. You doing much bench? What's that, Alex?
We maxed out.
Yeah, I just maxed out today. I just did 250.
250 on what lift? Sorry, go a bit closer to the mic.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
yeah, 250 on the power clean.
That's solid.
And then we trap barred on Tuesday, and I did 480.
So that's like in kilos, 210. Fuck, that's solid, man.
Y'all do kilos.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll look it
No,
up.
do I can keep it.
I'll look up the kilograms for you right
No,
now.
I can do it. I've gotten good at the conversion. What about you, Anthony?
Okay. But yeah, let me see. I in pounds,
535.
535 pounds. I trap barred,
So that's like
and in
two
kilograms,
forty something.
200, 242.6
Fuck, there you go,
kilograms.
mate. I got that
Oh, yeah.
maths. Quick maths.
Yeah, he was on it. He was on it. He was on
That's
it.
solid, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't heard that. But yeah, man. I didn't do the power clean,
Yeah. Still learning the technique.
but I did. I did. Yeah, I'm still learning. Well, it's just because I just need to give my body a break because I've been doing a lot lately, especially with like helping out the coaches and orchestrating our practices a little bit more.
Yeah.
So they just gave me yesterday off from everything.
Nice. So before we get into our
Yeah.
scripted questions, and I forget to ask, when's the first meet and how can everyone watch you? Like, is there the Clemson live stream or, because in Australia it doesn't go live to ESPN.
So our bigger meets are live on ESPN and NBC Sports, but our home track meets, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a live stream on the Clemson Tigers website.
Okay,
So
sweet.
you just click ClemsonTigers.com, go to the track and field, and it should be like it'll have our schedule, and then you click the meet, and then you'll be able to watch it. But our first one is December 7th, and it's here.
Okay,
And it's
perfect.
kind of like smaller meet, like we're inviting smaller schools, kind of like a time trial, seeing where we're at from our fall training. And then when we get back from Christmas break, that's when we're full swing into season.
Yeah, nice. Sweet. Well, there
Sir.
you go. You guys can definitely tune into that. Okay, so now I sent out, you guys, well, Alex, you didn't have much time to prep for this, but Anthony, you had a bit of time. 5 favorite athletes all time. We can go one for one or back of whatever you guys want.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go 1 for 1.
1 for 1?
One for one.
Okay.
You know, Anthony's more basketball, so
No,
you
that's
gonna hear.
cool. I like a good mixture, man. We've had everything
Yeah.
on the show because we've had so many different athletes and coaches. So we've had two guys say in Australia horse racing is really big. So we've had two horses referenced.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
wait,
go.
before you even get started, it looked like we both got LeBron on ours.
Oh, dude,
So-
we've got quite a few people say LeBron. So we'll start with
Oh,
LeBron.
yeah.
You want to explain why?
Yeah. I feel like I look up to LeBron's leadership. Like, just looking at his career and seeing since he was that 18-year-old in the NBA, it's like he's never been caught in any scandals. He's never been caught in any trouble. He hasn't did anything out of pocket, like getting in a fight with another team like last night.
Yeah, Carlin.
and post-
See Ben
social media.
Simmons' headlock?
Yeah, I seen that. It made him tap out. Like he's never been in anything like that. I mean, his son has, done some things already. Like you seen what his son posted when he was smoking weed and posted it on social
Oh,
media.
shit. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, his son, but him as a man and as an athlete, that's who I aspire to be.
Yeah, nice.
Athletic and in outside of basketball, outside of track. That's why I look up to him.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I would have to piggyback off of you, just like how he is as a man for one, and then I just like how he came up as like an athlete, just period. Straight out of high school for one, that takes a lot of growing up. Like you don't even get to experience that college, like a regular high schooler out of high school.
Yeah.
They go straight to college. He had to grow up quick.
It's interesting,
But I mean,
the college system, because in Australia, our kids go straight from high school to professional league, and you do see them like they fuck up along the way, and it does seem like cars. I only sort of get it from guys we have on and what the media says. Everyone sort of hates on college a bit at the moment because they're not paying athletes and they're making a ton of money, but
Right.
it does seem like you do learn a lot of necessary life skills, and then dealing with media, you start to build a social media following, so you learn to deal with that. You learn to deal with a bit of hate before you get to the professional league.
right. And then especially with him, LeBron, like Anthony just said, he never got in any trouble. So you got to think about it. Like he's getting paid millions of dollars. That is so easy to just
Mess
get in
up.
trouble,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
at 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
And did you say he got like 56 million people following him on social media?
I just said that today.
He just
56
said
million
that.
people.
That's crazy.
And it's like-
yeah.
Probably a lot of people in your ear every single day. And you able to block that out and
Yeah.
just be considered one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, it's hard. Even like you said, people dealing with hate. Like look at Kevin Durant with all the fake accounts he had to go. And I completely understand why sometimes you might feel the need to do that. But no one's ever said that in why they love LeBron in that regard. Everyone, of course, says him as an athlete and all that. But yeah, that's interesting. And you're right. He's never in the media for anything but good.
Never.
And the media, they're so quick to hate on someone if they do something wrong. So if he did something wrong, we'd know about it.
I think the only thing I've heard of him bad was the fact that he was balding.
And he tries to. What does he use? The spray?
Oh my god,
dude! If LeBron can't find a cure for baldness, no one can. With all that money,
that Flexi Seal.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
dude. The thing is, black guys can rock the shit out of a shaved head. It's like it's cool. Like it's fine. I don't know why he has an issue with it, but anyway.
I mean, they do got candies here called Milk Duds, though. It's like a shiny brown candy. I mean, I will get on you for that.
My goodness. You are
I will
crazy.
get on you for that.
Listen,
but I mean, it is what it is.
Let me show you some. Let me show you these Milk Duds. Look at that right there.
You got some people heads that look like
spit shine.
Sometimes I think about smacking the back of your head or something.
Oh, dude, I hope neither of you guys go bald now after that comment being on record.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I go bald. I'm saying.
Oh man, my dad is bald, so it's like,
wow.
Look, hey, so's my dad. So's my dad. I hope my beard thickens up a bit, so at least if I go bald one day, I just shave and I got the beard.
Yeah.
Sure.
But dude, my beard's heaps red though, so everyone always think I have red hair.
Oh man.
Anyway, who's number 4?
Number.
Yeah, let's just go. I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
I had to go with Ray Lewis.
Nice.
Ray Lewis because of, I don't know if you've heard one of his inspirational speeches or anything, but that's something that'll just like get you
hype, ready to hit stick somebody.
I'm telling you. And then he's big on like, every man for himself. First of all, you got to get yours first when it comes to training, and then as a team, like take yourself out of your situation and think about the bigger picture, which is the team. You know. So let's just say you're slacking off at practice one day. You got to think about not just what I'm doing for myself, but is this hurting my team? You know, my teammates. Like, I like him for that. He's real big on the inspirational things. He always gives me goosebumps when he talks. And then he goes out and, you know, when he did play, he showed it on the field.
Oh yeah, man, he was a beast.
He backed up his talk.
Well, apparently Michael Phelps loved Ray Lewis, and that's someone who would pump him up because he's from Baltimore, big fan.
Yeah. I didn't even know they were having like the meetings that Ray Lewis said they were having, like when he did his Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's
pretty
cool.
Sweet. Yeah, it's cool. He's cool. And you, Anthony?
My second one was Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, beast.
I chose Russell Westbrook for a few reasons. First and foremost, I graduated from the same high school as Russell Westbrook. So he graduated from Losinger High School in Lawndale, California. And, you know, my junior and senior year, he came back and he sponsored our team by Jordan since he's a Jordan athlete. So, you know, I like him because he gives back. Like he has his own car dealership in Van Nuys, California, and there's like a basketball court in there. He likes to do a lot of community service. And then on the court athletically, like he's a dog. And like when I'm on the court, like he's seen me play like pickup a few times, but I'm very aggressive and like a fire lights up in me when I play just like him. So, and like growing up, that's kind of where I based it off of, because he's kind of like, I guess you can say, the neighborhood hero with basketball from the city of Hawthorne and Lawndale. So that's why I chose him.
Mate, I guess it says a lot for your guys' characters, the fact that you reference why you like them athletically, but then why you like them as like leaders and people, and that's quite unique to this interview. We haven't had many people reference all athletes, what they like about them as person, so that's very admirable quality.
Yeah, you gotta know who you looking up to, you know? You gotta know. You can't be, you know, hooping, dropping 60 a game or running 9.7s in track meets and then you out robbing people and stealing and, you know? So it's like you gotta be a leader all around, and that's kind of what they teach us here as well. And like being around him, like he's taught me a lot of things, and I feel like some of the things that we
Vice
do
versa.
together, it rubs off on each other.
Yeah,
You
nice.
know,
Nice, man.
Like my brother
yeah,
That's
from
brothers from
another
another
mother.
good,
mother.
good,
Yeah,
good sense of community.
yeah, yeah,
And then number
So
three.
my third one would be Deion
Yeah, nice.
Sanders, and I'll put him honestly with my fourth one as well, which is Bo Jackson.
Beast.
Honestly, because of like that speed. Like I'm a big fan of speed.
Mm.
Like, whew, both of them ran 4.1 in the 40.
That's
Mm.
crazy. Yeah, I've heard so many things about Bo Jackson, like being able to throw the football at the scoreboard at LA Stadium and hit the scoreboard, and like he jumped over the back of a car. And then the story about him shooting a
Yeah,
bow and arrow with his feet.
some freaking nature things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
some freaking nature things.
and he played football too. He played football in high school,
Yeah.
and he was good at it.
What position?
I played slot receiver.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So
Speed. always
that's
helps.
another reason why I look up to people who, played the same position as me or just like was big back in that era.
Yeah, nice. No, that's good.
Okay. Mine. These two are similar as well. So I got Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, those are similar. Like I grew up watching Kobe Bryant. I'm a fanboy. I'm not like a fanboy for anybody, like, cause I have my own fans, and there's people that look up to me. And then I've been around a lot of NBA athletes, and I don't go like crazy for them. Like Karan Butler is my mentor. He was out of Milwaukee. He played for the Los Angeles Lakers, the Clippers, the Bucks, Miami Heat, all of them. So it's like when I'm around NBA players, I don't go crazy. But for Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, it's like that's my
Those guys.
dream to meet them
Yeah.
before they go out of the country and live somewhere on an island somewhere. Like I want to meet them before something like that happens. But I chose them because of their versatility as well as their uniqueness as players. So they're both similar, but everybody says like Kobe Bryant picked stuff off of Michael Jordan, which is probably true. I don't know, but just seeing the mentality part of athletics from them is why I look up to them.
What do you think those guys are high jumping? Straight off the bat.
Oh,
In their prime.
God.
In their prime.
Michael Jordan is a 1 foot jumper,
Yeah.
so I think he can hit high sevens.
Yeah, for sure.
Like over 214, 220s. I think he can hit that. Kobe, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't think Kobe's coordinated enough to high jump.
Yeah. No, I
But
think
Michael
you're right.
Jordan could just jump. Yeah, I think Michael Jordan could just jump and fall,
Yeah.
flop any way he could get over it.
And like you said, he was a
So-
one-legged. Anyone that can dunk from the free throw line, like, can surely high
Exactly.
jump decently.
See, and I always tell myself, like, if I had the same athleticism off of one as I do with two, I'd probably be at the World Championships.
For sure.
I'd be at the World Championships.
Dude, it'll come. It'll come. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah.
Like you look at all the other pro dunkers like Isaiah Rivera, CJ Champion. This is only guys. Even Jordan Kilgannon, all 2 foot jumpers. When you do see them go off one leg, don't get me wrong, they're elite, but not 214 high jump elite.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just different. All right.
Yeah.
And then number one.
Mine is Barry Sanders.
Yours is Barry Sanders.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Barry. I don't know if you've seen his highlights, but I haven't seen no one else in the NFL do anything that Barry Sanders has done. And it's shown because, I mean, even in the NCAA, who has the most, is it touchdowns in a single season? I want to say either single season or like career-wise, Barry Sanders.
He's the GOAT.
So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we had someone last week. They said he was an American dude, Austin Current. He's a natural bodybuilder, and his number one was Reggie Bush, but only college Reggie Bush because he played like 14 games and had the most.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush was that guy. Reggie Bush, hey,
yo.
I will never forget when he scored a touchdown after like putting the ball behind his back and like kept running.
Oh my
Reggie
God.
Bush would be a close second when it comes to running backs.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I watched his last college highlights after we did that interview,
Oh
and
my goodness.
dude, crazy. Only 14 games.
Ooh.
That's impressive.
But I'm telling you, like, you look at Reggie Bush's highlights in college and compare him to Barry Sanders' short career in the NFL. I go Barry Sanders every single day.
Okay, I'll look it up. I'll look at that one
Hey,
up.
I'm telling
Barry
you, a
Sanders.
human joystick. Like you
Link,
make it
hit him.
smooth yourself.
Hit
I'm
him.
telling
Link.
you.
Oh man. Okay. My last one is myself. I chose myself
Nice.
for
I like
my
that.
favorite athlete. Yeah, I chose myself because like like I said earlier in the interview, like I'm 20 years old and I do a lot for an average 20-year-old, you know? Like
Yeah, you do.
I yeah, like he sees it firsthand. Like he sees the interviews, he sees the videos, like he's there recording with me. Like I I try to be great at a lot of different things and I try to practice the same things mentality and athletically from the people I look up to.
Mm.
So I feel like when you put all that stuff together, like it creates a unique athlete, especially with me being coachable, my story, you know, how I am with people, I get along with everybody, you know, I'm not confrontational unless I have to be. And, you know, I feel like I'm on a path of greatness. Like, and I surround myself with people that's on a path of greatness as well.
Right.
So that's why me and him like got so close. We were close last year, but I think this year, like, we're with each other almost every day.
Mm.
Like we get up together and I'll go to his practices and he'll like come to stuff like this with me. Like it's 8:30 at night, 9 o'clock at night. Like he could be out partying right now. It's Halloween,
Yeah,
but he
that's
wants to be
true.
with no, exactly. So it's like just like being around people and knowing the path that I'm on, I feel like I'm on the right track. You know,
I
and
feel
that's
like
why I chose myself.
that's definitely a big component in trying to be the best at what you do.
For
And
sure.
I don't know, I don't know who's watching or whatever, but that's some great advice right there. Listen, surround yourself
Man,
with people that want to be what you want to be, and not
exactly.
the bad stuff, but the good stuff.
Oh,
Exactly.
100%. And that's why you guys aren't out partying because there's a lot of bad shit going on. There's a lot of fun to be had. You got to have a bit of partying.
Yeah.
Maybe not on a
Yeah.
weeknight.
Oh no, we don't sleep. So it's like we'll go. We don't go out every weekend like everybody else. Like we'll step out for special
Yeah, yeah,
occasions,
yeah.
or we'll go do stuff like we'll go out and play Uno with people.
Mm.
We'll go out and play like get
The
card
smaller
game.
stuff,
Yeah, like
Strip
we
poker
don't
with the
go out.
ladies, stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like, where the cards at? He brought the cards with him.
In the car,
Yeah, but it's like, you know, we do stuff like that. And that's why me and him like stuck so close together. And it took me to isolate myself from distractions such as females and
Mm.
stuff that's going on at home. Like I separated myself from the stuff that was hurting me
right.
and I paid attention to the bigger picture. And then I found a brother for life, you know?
Yeah. Mate, you
So,
guys are very philosophical. You should start the Clemson Track and Field podcast.
oh, yeah, for real.
You should.
I-
You should. I'd listen.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I was thinking about doing something like that because I'm not a big gamer, but
Mhm.
that's something I do on my off time. I play games.
So you
Mm.
can talk,
So I was
just talk about anything. But you're starting a YouTube channel, so you can talk that sort of shit on
Yeah.
there as well.
Exactly. I just got to get my clout up on there.
It's hard,
So,
man. It's hard. Like
yeah.
even with Twitch, we've been on Twitch for 6 months now, and I look at obviously all our main sort of clout on there is from the podcast platform, and we'll get like 20K downloads a month on our different platforms. But then on Twitch, we're only almost at 30,000 listens in total. So it's weird. Like everyone's sort of. It's hard to get them from one platform to another.
Platform to another.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I don't know
Exactly.
why. But then I suppose there's YouTubers I watch, and I don't follow their Instagram, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just one of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So I think it's
exactly.
like it's all different people that like there's a small percentage of people that will follow you on everything, and then so yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, once if you just keep doing what you're doing, like that's what I see a whole bunch of
Mhm.
YouTubers do. They just keep.
Yeah, just keep on keeping
Oh,
on.
you gotta look at my Instagram in order to see this.
Yeah.
So you gotta actually go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you start to get that balance.
definitely.
You know?
And dude, you're on Dunkademics and stuff like that. The more you do on there, collabs with like Chris Staples and that, it's gonna go crazy.
Listen, I've gotten millions of views from Dunkademics. Like
Yeah.
it's like a favor for a favor with Billy. Like
Yeah.
me and him. I grew up watching Dunkademics, and that was one of my goals as an athlete. Like I want to be on Dunkademics. So when I was athletically prepared, I just shot my shot. I followed him
Yeah.
and I DM'd him. I was like, we need to collab.
And it worked
And
out.
then it happened. And the first time I collabed with him, 2 million views on YouTube. Sports Center, like
Everything.
overtime,
Dude,
all this life, like
that dunk when
everything.
you're literally like throwing it in above the rim, that's all time.
Yeah,
That's all time.
yeah, man. It's hard work. It's just hard work and
Mm.
determination, you know. And he's been in the gym with me for hours. If I cannot get a dunk, I am not leaving the gym until I get it. And
Mm.
sometimes I look at his face
I
and
do
he'd be
like
so tired. He'd be like, "Bro, come on, like just make it."
Dude,
Like,
who says CNS fatigue is a thing?
yeah, I'm saying right. But sometimes I do get tired. He'd be like, "Bro, I just think you're tired."
I
I'd
was
be like,
about to say at
Yeah.
this point it's not.
"It-
Maybe tomorrow, maybe another day.
"Yeah, for real."
Dude, I tell you who seems like a real character, and I've seen him in one of your Dunkademics videos, is that Tyler Curry kid. He cracks me up. I don't know
Oh
what
my,
it is.
he's
He,
funny.
he seems
I
funny.
love Tyler, bro. I love Tyler so much. It took him time to open up to me because when you first come around him, he's very quiet.
Yeah.
But it's like after we used to link and go to events together and then do those Dunkademic sessions together, he really opened up and he's like really cool.
It's funny
He's
because it
cool.
seems, obviously, I know John Evans is my coach, and he trains like Isaiah Rivera, CJ, Nico. Those are the guys we've
Yeah.
had on the show. They're all like the East Coast dunkers, and then there's like the West
Yeah.
Coast guys, and I guess you would be the
Yeah.
first we've had on the show from that side. But it's interesting that it's like there's no one in the middle. It's either like East or
Yeah.
West Coast.
Yeah. The West Side is the best side. That's all I'm gonna say.
Not too loudly because you're on the East Coast at the moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm talking.
I was just about to say he know where he's at.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm taking the opportunity.
Yeah, true. All right, we got other
Right.
scripted questions, and I didn't prepare you guys for this, and I think you'll like this next one. So, if you could have any rapper rap about you, who would it be, and what would they say?
Ooh, wait.
I know who I'm gonna get.
You go first, then.
Okay. Listen, Nipsey Hussle. That's my
Yeah,
favorite
nice.
rapper of all.
I only sort of
So-
got into him sadly after he passed.
After he passed, yeah, that's usually what happens. Unfortunately, like people don't hear you until you're gone, you know. So, but what I think he would say about me, he would talk more about the dog in me, you know,
Nice.
on the court and you know, high jump is like it's a non-contact sport, but I'm still hype with it. And it's like I'll start a clap, like I'll get the crowd involved. I'll talk my talk to the other high jumpers, try to get their mind out of it a little bit. But I think that's something that he would rap about me about is my dog, because he's more of an aggressive
Yeah.
rapper.
Well, he was sort of like that in his songs, like grind and hustle, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And Alex?
Mine would have to be Tupac.
Yeah, no.
To be honest.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Tupac would have to be mine. Because I just think about how he had this song called Brenda's Got a Baby. It was like one of his
Yeah, I
songs
know
that
that
like
song.
made it mainstream, and it was about this one girl and her whole story. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the things that I've been through, the trials and tribulations that I've been through, I feel like he could really write a song about me.
Yeah.
you know?
That's a solid one. Hold on, dude. I've just realized my laptop's running out of battery. I'm just gonna plug it in real quick. Give me one moment, guys.
Okay.
You just talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. He cool
I
as
was just
hell.
sitting here thinking, bro, like Tupac.
That's crazy. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh man.
Chris said, "What we doing?" Did what's her name text you back? That's crazy.
Sorry about that. We're good. Jeez, lucky I noticed that.
No worries.
Luckily I noticed that.
Yeah.
All right. All
good.
right. Sweet. I like those. Those are two good ones. I don't think we've had anyone say Nipsey Hussle before too, so that's cool. And the next one is: do you guys have a party trick besides being able to jump heaps high?
Have
A party trick. So, like just like a weird trick you'll pull out at the party to like get people going, oh wow, that's crazy. Example, in Australia there's a thing, so if we have like schooner glasses like this, so if someone has that full of beer and they can like put their whole mouth over it and then scull the beer in like one skull.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like, let me think.
A party trick.
A party trick.
Like we had a guy on Blaine McConnell, he's a US bobsledder, and he said he could run through a drywall.
What?
I think it was him.
Why would he do that?
That was because he's a
Like-
powerful runner.
Oh my.
Let's just put it like this: we're the type of partiers we don't do crazy stuff when it comes to partying. First of all, and then two, I feel like I just start like First of all, I'll crank the music up.
Mhm.
You got to crank the music up, and then you just got to start.
Yeah, you
dancing.
gotta start
You're just
getting
the
lit.
only one in that
You
shit.
guys
Yeah.
can
And then
dance.
everybody.
Eventually, it rubs off on people. It look like a rave. Everybody start running into each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
but it's
stuff
like,
like that. Yeah,
yeah,
I definitely. I'm the type to just if I'm
crank
dancing
it.
by myself until somebody else just come around me and just.
And if we're both at the party, we gonna be the
Oh
only
my
ones
God.
dancing together. It don't matter.
Yeah,
And
that's a
like,
good party trick, being able to sort of
yeah,
bring that atmosphere to the party.
exactly. Mine, I feel like, is my energy. So like piggybacking off of what he's saying, I just have a lot of energy when everything in school, in track, parties, whatever. I have a lot of energy, and that rubs off to my teammates and like people around.
Yeah, nice.
I feel like,
That's a good one.
yeah.
All right. So we got one more question before we wrap this
Okay.
up. And again, it's been a great interview. I've learned a lot about you guys. Learned a lot about college, which is nice. And it is, if you're on death row, what would your last meal be?
Hey, probably a cheesecake from Osaka. I don't know.
See, we actually love that, because then if people are traveling by, if you got a local food that you want to give a shout out to, that would be a death row meal. Because if people are traveling through, so we had a guy on, Greg Knuckles, he's a strength coach, really like well renowned, and he referenced this burger place in Chapel Hill in North Carolina. I'll have to go back and listen, and then I can reach out and tell you guys where it is. I'm not sure if that's close to where you guys. I know you're in South Carolina.
Well, yeah. Like you just said, the cheesecake from Osaka. It's like a little hibachi place here. I wouldn't use that as my last meal,
Yeah,
but
that's it's close. That's my last dessert for
that's
sure.
definitely my last.
When you're on death row, I think you get 3 courses.
Oh, okay.
That's nice that you know that.
Yo,
Let me see.
I think there's this place called the Lighthouse that's in a city called Seneca. It's like 20 minutes from here, and they have
They got some nice salmon.
Yeah, the salmon is crazy. So for lunch, for breakfast, damn, I don't know. I'll probably cook my own breakfast because we can cook.
Yeah.
We both can cook. So I'll probably be like, give me the groceries and I'll whip it myself.
What are you cooking then? What are you cooking for breakfast? Because in Australia, I feel like we're known for our cafe breakfast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let me see. You got to go with the pancakes with the bacon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big egg person, though.
I love eggs. He tripping.
See, in Australia, bacon with pancakes it's very much an American thing. So we'll go like avocado is huge. Avocado toast, bit of feta cheese, some poached eggs, bit of bacon. That's like a solid Australian cafe breakfast. For real, yeah.
So you like avocado?
Yeah.
Is there like something that you put on the avocado?
Okay, so this is,
taste?
and I haven't mentioned this on the show before. This is my world famous guacamole recipe, and the key is not sour cream.
Wait. Hold on. Hey, hold on.
Alright, so a bit of a backstory. So I'm a personal trainer. I like to eat a bit pretty healthy. Sour cream I don't think is specifically healthy. So the key is you go, if you want to eat quite a bit, 2 avocados, got to be perfectly ripe. 2 avocados, and then you're going to chop up half a red onion. So like chop it real fine. 2 cloves of garlic in there, crack some pepper, some sea salt, and then the key is 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese. That's the key. So that ups the protein a bit, less fat than sour cream, and it tastes better than sour cream, I swear to God. And then if you have, I think you guys, we call it coriander, you guys call it cilantro. If you can handle that, chuck that in. But I think the key is the 2 cloves of garlic and the cottage cheese.
That's real different. We might have to
try that.
We're going to try it tomorrow.
You can have it with some chips. There you go.
I got it
You
down.
got it written down.
I cut it down.
I'm not gonna lie. My dad one time he whipped up some guacamole, and my family is real like big on like Caribbean food.
Yeah, nice.
So my dad's side of the family is from the Bahamas. So Caribbean people they really like that lime, or either South Florida, Caribbean. They really like lime in that.
You slap that seasoned
So
salt on there, boy.
he'll put like the pico de gallo and the guac. He'll go with like a what is it? Seasoned salt, regular seasoned salt. You got salt, pepper, like you just said. You got to put the lime in there though. That's the key.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to put a little lime in
Did
there.
I say lime in mine? Because it's in there.
Oh, you didn't say lime.
Yeah, a bit of lime. You got to have a bit of lime. Just a bit.
Lime. We're going to put that in there regardless.
Yeah.
But as far as my last meal,
Yeah,
I'll probably go to Lighthouse with the filet mignon steak
Nice.
with they got some collard greens and mac and cheese.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I can't even remember the last meal. I can, but it'd be like the back of my head would be like, no, that's not what you wanted.
Yeah.
That's not what you want.
But you forget it after
Yeah,
they
yeah.
sit your ass. You gonna be thinking about that.
If anything, like I know my favorite meal, the thing that gets me to my best, like I'm sleep after this. I gotta eat some I said hibachi.
Oh
What's
yeah.
that?
So like, have you ever seen a commercial or anything where they just like cook in front of you, like it's Asian
Oh
cooking in
yeah,
front of you?
yeah. And they like in Australia they'll chop it up and they'll throw the food at people.
The rice, right?
Yeah, rice and egg,
Food or-
rice and egg.
I was about to say, they better
No,
not
no food at me. Gee, hey,
with
yo.
the spatula. Ooh, here.
Yo.
But no,
Nice.
yeah, I'll probably go with
when he eats that, he has like narcolepsy. Like we'll be on our way back home and it'll take him like 2 minutes. He'll be like, bro, I think I feel it. And then I'll look over
He's
and he'll be
asleep.
knocked out.
Dude, that's the sign of a
Yeah.
good meal. You're comfortable, you're relaxed.
Yeah.
I'm
Real.
saying,
If it don't put you to sleep,
gets
it
me
ain't
right
food.
every single time.
I'm saying. But I'll probably eat a laxative to make them deal with me when I'm getting killed.
Dude, I think
They're gonna have
after
to
a
kill
big meal you probably gotta shit yourself anyway if you're in the death
Yeah.
chair.
For real.
That was funny.
Yeah. You know,
No, I like that. I like that. All right, guys, that was a solid interview. Make sure shout out your Instagram, shout out what you've got upcoming, what products you got, sponsors, anything you got. Go for it. Let everyone know.
Because I don't have any sponsors like him, you know. But you can follow me on Instagram at underscore
Hold up.
hustle hard.
I'm gonna make sure we're following you right now on high performance underscore hustle
Hustle hard dot a, like period A.
hustle. Oh, fuck, hustle. Yeah, got it. Yeah, go. Yeah, we're following you now. I think I might follow you maybe on my personal. Anyway, there you go, mate. Now I can tag you when I post this.
yes, sir.
Sweet. All right, in.
But y'all know what it is. It's Anthony Hamilton, Alex Sands in here. Shout out to my people in LA. Shout out to my teammates. Shout out to the High Performance Podcast for having us. Follow me on Instagram at Hamilton Jr. The O is a 0.
Yep.
Check out my YouTube channel. Check out the Hamilton brand. And thanks for having us, bro. I appreciate
Mate,
it.
no worries at all. And hopefully you got some new support over here in Australia. I know obviously we've had Brandon on the show, so we got a few high jump fans. We definitely got some track and field fans that follow us. So make sure you follow these guys. Post some good stuff on their Instagram. It's always different sort of and cool following guys who run over their track and field in college, different to what we have here in Australia. And make sure you show these guys some love.
I appreciate you, bro. That's international love. And your day just getting started, huh?
It's midday here now, so I gotta go back to work, and I'm motivated now. I do a bit of training myself. Got to get that.
Yes,
Got to get
sir.
that tomahawk on 10 foot off the dribble. That's my next goal.
Hey, yo, send that to me when you get
I
it.
will, man. I will.
That's
All right,
cool.
guys, appreciate it, and we'll chat again for sure.